All right, basically Monday, 2025. We are back for summer because yeah, ain't shit going on. At least for me, that's the only reason why I asked you guys to do a few episodes for the summer while I have a little bit of downtime. And I've had at least one person ask me about this. So here you go, that one person.
Damn.
Episode 63. I was told.
Somebody asked you about this?
And yeah, someone did ask about this. So
Wild.
yeah, can you imagine? Um, but yeah, I don't know. When was the last time we did this? Maybe like 10 months ago. I think it was like around fall of last year.
It was
Yeah.
10 months ago.
Something,
That is
yeah,
correct.
something like that. So yeah, I don't really know. I don't really think we have to rehash everything that went down between that time and now, unless is there anything big that you guys want to reveal or talk about? Nothing has changed for me as usual in my life. So
Yeah, no, nothing crazy
um,
here.
yeah.
I'm having another kid.
Oh
If
shit!
whoever that
Dun,
one
dun, dun,
person,
Hey,
whoever
hey,
dun.
that
we
one
have that.
person is.
Someone hit the soundboard.
Oh yeah.
The dun, 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 dun. Wait, how do
Yeah.
we do that? Where is it? How come it's not easily there?
Uh, the
Here it is.
production. Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, there.
Oh
All right.
yeah.
Yeah. Hey, baby.
Hey,
Yeah. Two.
Number two. Two.
Yeah.
do you know the gender yet?
Yep. It's a girl.
Two
Oh
girls.
yeah. Women and estrogen forever.
Yeah, house
Yep.
full of women.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I can't tell. I can't tell by your general facial expression or mannerisms if that bothers you or not. If you
No.
would actually like to, yeah, I can't imagine that you're like, God damn it, I want my boy,
Yeah, where's
or
my
anything
boy?
like that. Yeah,
Someone's got to pass down this family name.
Yeah, I was certainly preparing mentally for a boy just in case, but I'm perfectly
just in
fine.
case.
Yeah, just in case. But I'm certainly fine with the girl as well. So happy.
Yeah, like
That would
two
stress me.
nice, sweet girls. Who, what dad wouldn't want that, right?
Stressful for
I
different
mean,
reasons.
yeah.
Well,
I imagine just being a dad is stressful no matter it. Like, if you add more, then it compounds the issue,
I mean,
right?
Yeah. Compounds the issue is a
you said
interesting
it
way to put that.
compounds the issue. But maybe
Yeah.
it'll take away the stress. Like they'll play with each other. Like you just gotta get them like walking, basically. And once she's walking, then like they can play with each other, and then like the stress, like, well, actually, they're gonna get into trouble because like
I
that's
feel
just
like
what
that's
kids do.
I feel like that's how '90s parents looked at it. It was like a big checklist. It was like, all right, we just get into this step and then that step and then boom, bang, pow, we can get back out to Arcadia, baby.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like get them a friend. We'll just make them a
yeah,
friend, and then they can hang out with each other, and then we're gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Man.
again, that's amazing. Congratulations. And
Thanks. Yeah.
um,
It's good.
how much longer is it now until the day of
Um,
reckoning?
she's due October 18th, so 3 more months.
Hell yeah, that's a wonderful month to be born.
You're biased. Not fair.
Yeah.
No, I still think it is a wonderful month to be born, regardless.
Nah, it's all about those March birthdays.
Oh man. No, the only thing I will say is like being born in the dead of winter. I think probably isn't the best.
The dead of winter, yeah. Yeah, that would be kind of amongst the worst. I'd
Is
say like
October even really winter anymore? I feel like sometimes it's
no.
fully
It was
snow.
never winter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
that's a
guess it depends.
fall
It depends on
birthday.
where you
That's a
are.
good time.
In Minnesota, it definitely was snowing completely in October.
Completely?
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah.
Last Halloween, not the one we just had, but the Halloween before that, there was like several inches of snow on the ground.
That's crazy. That's
That
kind of
reminds me.
devastating.
I still need to enact my plan of going as Santa Claus for Halloween one of these years.
Going as Santa Claus,
Yeah.
like just like for what? Just to remind people that it's near.
I don't know. I just think it's a bizarre thing to do. I've never seen anybody do it.
I haven't
Like,
either,
why
actually.
doesn't anybody go as the Easter Bunny? Or
The Easter Bunny. I think you can get away with the Easter Bunny. Santa Claus. I feel like the older you get, the more creepy it is.
No,
But it's
but I mean,
Halloween.
yeah, I think it's just I just want to do it for the shits and giggles of like what's the word that you use when you usurp someone else's shit? But yeah,
Copyright infringement.
no,
You're basically just doing like a holiday crossover.
no, in a more insidious way.
Oh,
Like, a
steal?
takeover. Yeah, no, yeah. At the end of the day, it's a pretty dumb idea.
Why not?
No, I vote for it. Santa Claus Halloween 2025. Let's do it. I'm going as Luigi.
Which one?
The one in the trench coat. Or no, he didn't have a trench coat. He had a parka. I just have to get a parka.
Yeah,
And then just have my hood up and stand ominously in the background.
man, what a bizarre place we live. Like, where even is he now? Like,
In
is he
jail.
just gonna? Yeah, is the story just over now? He was a thing for like about 18 hours, and now it's just
It was more
whatever.
than 18 hours. It was like 20 hours. No, just kidding. But yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, I feel like murder trials take so long. So like, I think he had like his opening hearing, and that's it.
Hear what? We all saw what happened.
He's like, this is my confession, admissible in court.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
Like with with all this AI stuff, do you guys think there's gonna become a point where there are some open and shut cases? Like there are some things that just never need to see like a court or even a judge. Like the AI can just say like you're guilty.
guilty. That'd
Yeah.
be wild. I would hope not. AI is not reliable enough for that. That would. Oh my god, that would be the worst case scenario, honestly.
Are you sure? Like Luigi, he's guilty. We all know he is.
You're like, guilty. But no, a jury of his peers, he might get away.
What? His peers? So we gotta get more murderers?
I mean, that's what the Constitution says. I guess you get to argue that in court on what people are defined as peers. But yeah, I guess.
Yeah, isn't a peer just someone who considers you as an equal with respect?
Yeah, yeah. Like you're on the same level of some sort. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I haven't murdered someone, so I'm not his peer, I don't think. Or, yeah, I'm sure they go through all this in the jury selection process.
Yeah.
Have either of you had to do jury duty recently?
No, I just don't go anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we should. Well, we can't edit that out, but
But to be fair, I'm the main breadwinner, and I have a dependent. So I think like you're automatically like kind of you don't have to
interesting.
go.
Huh. Okay.
You're like, he just admitted to a crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, AI is definitely gonna be listening to this if it's not already. So, what up, AI that's
Yeah.
listening to this?
Isn't that how Google trains Gemini through its?
Probably, yeah, yeah. It just makes it listen to NPR.
I thought that wasn't even a thing anymore. Didn't they like get defunded?
Yeah, Trump like shut him down. He's like, NPR is the greatest threat to American democracy.
He was like, defund the police, defund your relief.
Yeah, defund your relief. Did you see that he like stood in front of the he like stood
Yeah,
up
I
with
saw
Chelsea
that.
at the World Cup? Like
Yeah. And they were like, hey, so are you gonna go? And he was like, no, I think I'm gonna stand right here
yeah,
with the
yeah.
trophy.
Like what? Did you see that, John?
Mm-hmm.
It was the most awkward thing ever. Like apparently like Trump was at like the Club World Cup game, which is like I also this is new. I didn't even hear about the Club World Cup until like this year. I don't know if that's like a normal thing they do or a new thing, but
This is the first year.
okay, that makes sense. Like I'm a soccer fan. How have I never heard of this? But okay, that makes sense. So yeah, Chelsea I guess won, and like they're the best club in the whole world or whatever. And like Trump I guess was at the game, so they let Trump bring them the trophy at the end where they all hold it up and like cheer. And like Trump like he brought it up, and then the guy he carried the trophy up with, he's like, all right, he's like, let's go so they can like have their moment. And Trump was just like, he literally like listened to him. He's like, no, he's like, I'm just gonna, he's like, go ahead, he's like, just do your moment right now, I'm just gonna stand here. And then there's like, okay. Like the guy on Chelsea who was holding the trophy, he literally looked at Trump and he's like, are you going? And when he said no, he was just like, ugh, fuck. You could tell he's just like, this guy has to be on stage with us, like when we're doing our celebration. He's like, whatever. And then like a bunch of guys in the back just already started cheering because they were so excited. So like, yeah, it was hilarious. It was so awkward. And apparently he stole one of the players' medals and like took it home with him. Like they have video of him like he like I don't know, somehow he like got a hold of it and then he puts it in his pocket and now he just is not giving it back.
I thought he did that with the trophy too, like the actual trophy. Like he kept the real one.
He kept no, I didn't know that. I thought that would be crazy. I didn't know I didn't think that. But
It's
he
not
took one of the
crazy
players'
because
medals.
it's true. Like he actually did that.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, that sounds about right. That's crazy. Like he's not even the president of the like UK because the whole thing happened in the UK, didn't it? Like
No, it all happened here in the U.S.
the game was here.
Yeah, dude. The whole thing was in the
Oh,
U.S.
okay, maybe
You didn't, you,
that's why he was there. That makes more sense. For some reason, I thought the game was in the UK, and I was like, Trump went to the game, and then like he like basically crashed it like that. Like, how did he do it? That makes a little bit more sense though. He's like,
Mhm.
it's my country. I can go where I want.
That's like his thing. Like he likes to go to all the sporting events and like show up at the trophy presentations. He's
He's
like,
like, you
God bless
guys like me,
America,
right?
and
He's like, let's
everyone's
all
like,
celebrate
yeah.
together. It's like, ugh,
Yeah, I
all
mean it's
right.
kind of smart. Like no one's gonna like. Well, I guess people do boo at sporting events, but more likely than not, people are gonna be cheering.
Yeah. And it's hard to like let someone ruin your championship moment. Like you've worked like perhaps years to get to this place and like you're not going to ruin it and get all pissy just because like some guy you don't like is standing too close. You're going to be like, "All right, fine, let me do it." So then you'll always get that optic as the president of like, "Yeah, look at all these teams I hang out with and they're all happy that I'm here." Like you can get a picture, I'm sure, of like him with the Chelsea team. Like they all love me. Clearly, look at this picture where we're all so happy together. Like no, that's not what happened, but like yeah,
Mhm.
he's going to use that, I'm sure. Like
Yeah.
look, they're all cheering for me. Here's a picture of a trophy that I gave them, and I said, I appreciate you guys, and they're all cheering for me right here. Here's a picture of it. Oh, God, yeah, I can see it already.
When's the last time you did a trophy lift, John?
Never.
Really?
Have you ever
Yeah.
received a trophy?
No, I don't think so.
Holy
Would you be
shit.
would you be happy about it?
If I received a trophy,
Yeah.
it depends on what I'm receiving it for.
Participation.
Yeah, definitely not.
Do you think that's still important in this day and age to like recognize when someone is vastly superior to the rest of the field?
If it's
I'm
competition.
asking you, John.
If it's competition, then yeah.
Okay.
If you're doing it for fun, then no. But if the point is to win, then yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't crown a winner. Kind of
What if
defeats
the
the
point
purpose
is
of.
to participate?
Well, then what are we doing?
It's all about the friends you made along the
All right. Well, then no need to have any rules then. Why keep score
man.
in that case? That would be my thought.
So do you think it's important that everyone, or would you say that everyone should be aware that they're in a competition if it's like that type of scenario?
If it's a competition.
Like in the workplace, should everyone be notified? Like, hey, just so you know, we're all in competition with each other.
You should be notified.
I
Like, hey, just
I
so you
don't.
know, that guy is your enemy.
I would say I don't. I would say it's common sense that you should know you're in competition in the workplace, but it's obviously not common sense because I think a lot of people don't see it that way. So yeah, I don't. I wouldn't mind a notification. I think that would probably do some people
But
some good.
there's how come? I mean, there are some workplaces where you get a trophy, but I believe if you are in a competition, no matter the scenario or place, I think there should be a trophy involved, just so everyone's very aware and very clear of what's
You mean
happening.
you mean a physical trophy?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh.
for sure.
Yeah, I'd
Or
rather
maybe
I'd rather just
or a
money.
medal.
If it's work,
Okay,
I'd rather
well,
just money.
but everyone needs to know that you're getting all that money.
I mean, what if it's like a cheap trophy, but still the trophy is still symbolically like relevant, even if it's made of plastic and costs like $5. And it's got like just like the boss's Sharpie on it, like for John, the best salesman of the company or something like that. I would still like I would accept it and appreciate it. And be like, check this out, like I was the best
I,
salesman this year.
I'd accept it, but like, if you're asking me what my preference is, no, I would rather you don't make that. Don't spend your money on that.
My what I'm asking is like, do you guys even think that does that matter anymore? Like, do you think being way better than someone else is like enough? Like, do people care about that?
People who want to do better care about it.
And the motivation is being better than somebody else, not just like
I think the motivation is usually themselves. Like, I don't think people go out to be better at something just so they can say I'm better than other people at it. I think it usually comes with some type of internal reward, regardless of what it is. So like, that's more personal. If it's work, then if you want to be the best salesman, obviously being the best salesman comes with some type of prestige, whether it be more money, more freedom, or something. I wouldn't like. There might be some people who say I want to just be the best at something just for the sake of being the best at it, but I think that number of people who are like that is very small.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Feel like yeah, it just depends on the person if they're like competitive, and it also depends how desperate you are for money, I guess.
No. I mean, yeah, not all competitions end up with money, but yeah, I just feel like in my youth and years of development, competition was seen as like that was like a trait that or being competitive was a trait that you're supposed to have, at least as a guy.
Yeah,
But I'm not
Yeah,
so sure that that's yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't. Yeah,
I
I don't.
I
I don't.
do
I don't
I do
spend a lot of
believe
time in.
I do believe that that's a good trait to have as a guy.
yeah, I
If
would say that's a
if
good trait
you
to have as anyone, honestly.
if you plan to provide for anyone else, I think that's a good trait to have.
but not so far as being better than anyone else, just being better for yourself and the people that you care for.
Yeah, but the reality is
Or
the way that you measure whether you're better is against other people.
This is true.
Like it doesn't if incrementally you get better, but you're still not better than the next person, the incrementally better doesn't mean as much in terms of outcomes. It might make you feel good and you might be, heading in the right direction, but the way that it shows up and you get some type of output out of it is that you leapfrog past somebody else.
but how do you know if there's no trophy?
How do you know if there's no trophy?
Mm.
Theoretically,
If
the
the
numbers would get you there. Like if you're a
I
salesman.
mean, yeah, you get money, which is in form a trophy.
Money.
You could technically take the entire money you get from like I don't know, like because like there are certain jobs that being competitive at will never get you anywhere. Like there's just certain jobs
Right.
where it's like you're the doorman. Like we don't need you to be crazy. You just have to open the door. That's it. Like we're gonna pay you this
Be
amount of
crazy.
money. I don't care how hard you try at this job. Like you're well, I guess there's tips technically.
Yeah.
So in a way, you are gonna be trying. Like if you're just like, hey, like hurry the fuck up, get in the building.
Hmm.
Then like obviously you're never gonna get a tip. But if you know you're like, hey, like not all doormans are like act like this. So like if I act a little bit better than like what they're
Mhm.
used to,
That's
maybe they're
absolutely
like,
true.
hey, that was really nice. Like I'm gonna tip this guy. I can see that he's trying so hard. So
Yeah.
it's like in a way you are rewarded. But there are still jobs out there that are tipless and you can't be competitive. Like that does exist. I just can't think of any off the top of my head. Like a shit shoveler.
I don't think if we define competition, yeah, if we define competition as just trying your best at the job or, doing what's asked of you in the best way that you can, I think there is no good reason to not be competitive in that sense at whatever job you have. Because even if you don't get something extra, the other part of it is that if you don't complete those tasks, you could just be let go. So the other thing you get is that you get to keep the job. Like that's the other part of it. So I think a lot of people see jobs as like I have it, and as long as I'm here, like I should just be paid because I'm here. Like, and that's why I don't like participation because being here and doing what I asked are very different things. So I do
Mhm.
believe you have to have some. If we define competition as you try to do the best you can every day, then you have to have some type of, something. You have to be willing to try, right, to some extent, in order to at least keep your job.
Mhm.
In a lot of ways, in a world where people say jobs are hard to come by, that is its own trophy to be able to say you're employed.
That is true.
My my only issue comes in that why why does someone necessarily have to fail in order for you to succeed? Not you personally, but I mean like for me, like I'm fine with being competitive, but not at the cost of someone else trying to achieve their goals. Like
Because that's
I'm
the
not sure why. So then, in a sense, you in order to get to your goals, you have to be not so much as willing, but um okay with other people suffering because of something you've done.
I wouldn't call it suffering. I'd call it failing. But yes,
I mean, like I feel like that depends. Like if you live in a village and like there's like enough like raspberry bushes around to feed like everyone there like tenfold, and like everyone's just like, all right, it doesn't matter if I wake up late or early, I'm gonna eat, I'll be fine. Then like in that way, I mean, as long as like you don't find a way to like take away all the raspberries, but that's something different than like what he's talking about. I feel like, but if you just wake up that morning, go get your raspberries, and you do it early, you're not taking away from anyone. But I feel like in this world, resources are like not that abundant. So like a lot of times, like, yeah, if you take that job, that means all those like people who else wanted that job, they're not gonna get it. It's just like that's just how it goes, I guess. Like,
Yeah. Every time you get
Oh,
a job, a bunch of other people didn't.
yeah.
is it a competition if it's just you? Like in that example, if you just want to be the best fisherman possible, and it's just like you and your own little like stocked pond, and you just go out there and like I don't know like how you gauge how you're becoming a better fisherman if like one weekend you catch one and then the next weekend you catch 10, but there's nobody else there like catching fish with you, but you're just in a competition with yourself. Is that still a competition? Or do you necessarily have to be? Does someone else need to be not reaching their goals in order for you to be like, I was
Is
in a
this
real competition there?
are you when you say
Yeah.
competition, are you talking exclusively about human beings here? Because in the example that you gave, I would say you're in a competition with the fish. Like the fish don't want to be eaten, and you want them to so you can eat them.
No, I'm talking about competition with other human beings.
Yeah, so I would say I guess if you're in a in a siloed area where you're just fishing, then yeah, I guess you can say that's one way to succeed or succeed without having to bring detriment if if that's what you're talking about.
It's just fascinating to me that the
But
only competition that brings reward is the one that takes down, I guess, like the equally respected uh, competition, which is another
right.
human. But if you're taking down either yourself or another animal, now it's not respectful competition. Now it's just like what,
Just
a
survival.
self help exercise.
Yeah, but I think that's because humans are social creatures, right? So like in the example that you gave, in order the cost of not being in competition is to silo yourself. So that's the only way that you're not going to ever be in competition with someone else. Any social, like any social society, is going to have some type of hierarchical structure, always,
Mm.
regardless of whether, like in Valero's example, where it's like raspberries. Even in the example where there's a tribe and there's raspberries abundant, right? We all can eat. Someone's got to make decisions about how we move. That's just the reality of the situation. Otherwise, we're all going to have competing ideas, and nothing's ever going to get done, and then we go back to being
Mm-hmm.
siloed, and then we're fragmented again. So in order to get together, we have to agree on some type of hierarchy, which necessarily means there has to be some type of competition, so we can figure out who's best suited for what.
Yeah, yeah. It's like how many like are you kicking enough asses? And if you're not, that means that you're failing.
Right. But then the fear is if you choose the wrong person, and then some real bad motherfucker comes for the tribe, and he's the real ass kicker, then we're fucked. So like we better figure out who's the best ass kicker that we got, so that we have a chance.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Like we're technically like always gonna be forced like yeah, like you're either fighting for your life or they're fighting for theirs, basically. Like even at like back before humans were a thing, like there's definitely like competition in the wild. Like everyone's like competing to stay alive. And even now, like there's like competitions, like existential like competitions that we are all in today. Like if you as like a group of people or community just show that you're weak, there's going to be someone else who will come and kill you, like period. Like they will either come and take all your shit and rob you and steal everything, or they'll come and just like actually like make you or and just like say like, all right, this group is undesirables, we declare war. And like
Undesirable.
that
Why
only happens to weak countries.
why would you want weak people shit?
They might not be using it to the way that like you would be, like if they're sitting on top of an oil field, but it's not developed or something.
Right. Yeah, that's a good example.
It's like, well, yeah, we declare war on you. Yeah, like basically, like yeah, like right now, Like you could argue that if we just decided to throw away all of our nukes and just like stop competing and like in that whole competition and the whole warfare thing too, like I would be scared. Like I'd be like, no, we need to be competing because like now someone's gonna come in here and like do some shit and like start killing a bunch of us. Like so it's like we're forced to do this just to survive. Like not only on like a nature level, but on a level against other massive groups of humans because war is still a thing, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just everywhere.
But going back to the office example, like we're in that competition because we were clearly told in whatever the accords that said like, hey, if you have these weapons, then we'll have these weapons and mutually assured. But in the wild, like no one's getting the notification that says, hey, you're in competition with Bob this week or this month.
Yeah, because
I mean, that's
if
true.
Bob doesn't win, he just dies in the wild.
Yeah, like if a mouse has never seen a cat before, that doesn't mean it can't be eaten by a cat. Like
Yeah.
it'll just one day just
Yeah,
get snatched up.
except no one's being told that. I mean I guess they were at one point, but it doesn't seem like they're being told that anymore. Like, because people don't just die when they don't compete well anymore. Like, people
Yeah,
still
Like
survive.
they just get really really uncomfortable because there's enough social safety nets now where you don't have to be the best or even in the top half to survive anymore. That's not a requirement. So we have enough general resources because we in the collective country we as a whole have won enough where we can save the people who don't perform as well. So now you have a scenario where like if you even if you don't survive, you don't do well, you can still live. But
Dude.
if you're
But
not
like,
if you're not, like you should know you
yeah, it's just like being homeless.
if you're an adult, you should know that you are in competition with the rest of the people around you. That is just a reality of life, and it's probably true that people don't know that, and maybe they would do well with a notification, but I would,
Like, hey,
yeah, but
you realize that these guys are robbing you blind,
yeah,
right? Like,
yeah, but I would say the only people who are not aware of that have been so insulated from the idea of competition that they just don't see it. Like it's almost impossible in my mind that if you've worked and supported yourself at any for any stretch that you wouldn't realize you're in competition with somebody else. And the only way you wouldn't see that is if you haven't had to support yourself.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, because the moment you have to make your own money and like you have to, like, period, otherwise you're gonna get real uncomfortable, like you said, like AKA
mhm.
not having a fucking house to
Right.
live in. Like then it's like, oh shit, like
Yeah, I better be
I
better
gotta
than the other
fucking turn
people.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I better get this job. Like I better act this way. I better do this or make that sale or do extra good at work so I don't get laid off. But
Yeah,
other fucking guys do.
could
And
you imagine if like everyone was just like a winner? Like, what if all of us just had winning habits? Like,
Not
what
possible.
if America was like great again?
it would be possible if there was enough to go around. Like I said, like if there's like 10 times the amount of like wealth and riches, like if you could just like go in your backyard, dig
Even
up
then.
like a battery that can power your house for like a year, like and anyone just there's just batteries in the dirt everywhere, then like
There
you're
is.
winning. Like and then if there's the same thing with like food, water, and everything else you need, we would you could theoretically spend your whole life just gaining and gaining and gaining, having nothing but wins. I mean, the resources will run out eventually. I mean, they should, but like technically, as long as there's enough, you can have infinite wins. But there's just not.
Even
So
in that scenario, I think we would be exactly where we are now because I think that I think that assumes that what most people want is for everyone to have enough, and I think that's what people say. But in reality, once you have the ability to get some more and get more, what people really want is power, and there's always going to be someone who, if they see enough ways to get resources, they will take advantage of those who aren't moving fast enough. There's always going to be the hierarchy. I just don't believe that if we had enough resources that we'd all live kumbaya. We just wouldn't.
I mean, I think you're right, but I still think theoretically and mathematically, like you could. Like
Oh,
like let's
sure.
say there
Okay.
was so many resources that you literally can't mine enough resources to even get to your neighbor's house, like
Hmm.
by the time you die of old age, which would never happen. There just never be that many. But like theoretically, it is possible
Sure.
to satisfy everyone's greed. Like
I think satisfy everyone's needs, but not their greed.
n- well, I guess yeah. If you could find a way to mine the resources faster than if you could, yeah,
Because the moment you
like
see that there's enough resources for everyone, if you are in control of the resources, then you get to dole them out to everyone. So then you get to control their behavior, and then you're immediately in a better position than the rest of them, even though we all have enough for everybody. The idea of like if we all just share what we have enough, assumes that everyone's intentions are good, and they're just not. They're selfish. Everyone's intentions are selfish. The only people who believe that they aren't selfish don't have enough resources to be selfish.
like but what if like even if you controlled all the resources, what if there was some sort of like system where more resources were getting introduced faster than you can control them?
Yeah, then there would just be
That
infinite competition for the control of the infinite spool of resources. There would always be the majority of people who would sit back and say, "I don't have to do anything because I have stuff." But those people would,
but you
and
could only exert your control over so much. Like even right now, like
I don't think
United
so.
States is like, hey, like space is ours, it's off limits, but we have like no real way of like controlling that. So like if you were just like anyone like
Not
North
yet.
Korea, you could just be like, all right, well, I'll see about that. I'm gonna shoot a fucking satellite in space. Like what are you gonna do? Like nothing. They want to control it, but they just have no means to.
Yeah, not yet.
So like that's like an example, I guess, where like there's just nothing you can do. Like there's enough space for everyone
But
right
no one's
now.
the
That
space
won't
you're
stay
talking
that way
about.
forever.
I was gonna say that the space you're talking about is a space no one operates in. So like the only example you could give is a space where literally no one can get to. The moment
And
everyone can
right,
get
that's what
to
I
it,
mean. Like there's like so many resources, like or so much of whatever you're trying to control that like you just can't possibly control it.
the moment we can
And
get
like
to it reliably, there will be a struggle for control for it.
and then also there's like a finite amount of people like in your group. So like they'll get stretched thin trying to control every inch of whatever you're trying to control. So like you need like and enough like manpower to also like do whatever you're doing as well, which isn't that's like a more complicated thing. It's not as easy as just plain old resources
I'm
because you have to
sure
convince people to like help you control it.
I'm sure that people back in the days of like kings and peasants and farmers thought the same thing. They thought like there's no way you can get conglomerates of industry because it's going to require too much collaboration. But we did it. Like we did exactly that. So
Well, I mean, like we have the internet now.
right,
If they
we
had the
got a new
internet, they would
resource.
have done that too.
But that's my point. We find new means to control the things that seem uncontrollable. And then when in 20, 40, however many years, we will find new means to do the same as things arise. Like there's never going to be a time where we just look at everything and say, you know what? There's really no point in competing for this. Let's just all enjoy it together. Like that's just not going to happen.
That can't be. I feel like that will happen. Eventually, the
Okay.
competition will become
I don't know,
useless.
man.
Okay.
Like if you have like a if you have a device that can literally generate anything, like it can just generate. If you just give everyone god powers, basically, like there is no point in like fighting each other anymore. Like you could just go enjoy your god powers for the rest of your life and never need to like take it away from someone else. Like
To me, the problem, I agree with you. The problem with that is that there will never be a point where there isn't humans out there that don't see other humans as a resource.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, whatever the thing is that you say, once we get this, we can have it all. Then the competition won't be for the have it all. It'll be for the thing that gives you the power to have it all. Like it'll just remove once. It'll just tighten the gap a little bit. That's all that's going to happen. So like before was how do we control everyone's like let's just go with like their minds through like the media. Or then it's like okay, well we can't easily control everyone because there's new. I'm sure someone back in the day said there's so many newspapers, there's so many articles, there's so many ways that we can get information to people. There's never going to be a time where someone can just control information. And then the internet came. So then the fight is not for the information, the fight's for the internet itself. Like the fight is for like the means to get your information out, not necessarily the information like the bits, right? It's because if you like it's the algorithm piece. Like if you just never see certain parts of information, you just don't think that's real. So that's just how we do things. Like we control the tool rather than the thing.
And then once the control gets too tight, we make a way or find something else to expand in or find a way around it.
Yeah.
And then they fight to control that, and then it's like a cycle that repeats itself essentially forever.
Right. But that's just humans.
But the point is they'll never get full control of absolutely everything. And I guess you'll
Yeah,
also
probably not.
never be fully free of someone trying to take control of your shit. But there will always be some sort of like in between, unless you can control time universe. If you have all five infinities, like
That I can agree with. Yeah.
you won. Like it's over.
No, you don't win. Like, doesn't your brain melt and like you go become like a invalid farmer or something
Yeah.
like that?
Yep.
Yeah, he had all
exactly
five
what happens.
infinity stones, and then he used the stones to destroy the stones. But then they got more stones somehow. Yeah,
The
doesn't make sense.
the
Like,
cost of power.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
basically, if you can get five infinity stones from literally any fucking where, then like in the future of the Marvel universe, everyone's gonna be a fan of. Like,
What are you even talking about? If you're saying if you can just get, these aren't even
Yeah, like
real.
it's just simple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just simple.
You just get them, man.
Just grab them, bitches.
that's what they did in the movie, and it didn't
It's a
make
move.
sense.
This isn't real life. What are you talking about?
Just get all of
Yeah,
them.
what is it? What are the real life Infinity Stones? Petroleum, currency, uh, human bodies.
I feel like the internet itself, that's definitely one. If you can control all of the
Yeah,
internet itself, that's basically as
telecommunications.
powerful as an infinity stone.
Okay, so yeah, telecommunications is one. Actually, whatever. I don't even want to do this.
That would be one. If there was ever such one, that would be a good one. At when the nuke first like was invented before they let everyone else get it. See, that's what I mean. Like if you get like a piece of technology that's like so powerful, like eventually people are gonna figure it out, and then everyone's gonna get it. Like in our future, everyone's gonna have a nuke. Like you can build a nuke. Like there's gonna be like a 3D printer that like is too useful for other things, but also you can make a nuke, and then we're all just gonna have to accept as a society that we just won't do that, or we'll nuke each other. Like that's the only two options. Like, but that's gonna happen. Like, period. Like there's like nothing we can do to stop it. Eventually, we will find a way to miniaturize the nuclear process,
That makes no
and
sense to me.
eventually, we'll find a way to make it so easily accessible that like anyone can do it. That's just what happens to all technology.
Wouldn't we
Like,
use it for power, not just like? Why would you buy like a poison gas machine for your house? That's what you. That's what it sounds like you're saying.
it's basically everyone wants to have their finger on the "we can end the whole world" button. And then eventually, once that happens, a lot of people are probably going to be like, all right, we need to just go to a different planet. And then that is the cycle that like we were talking about basically, where it's like, okay, the control gets too tight, and then you find a way out of it, where then everyone has, which is too crazy. So then you expand like into just somewhere else where they don't have the control, and then like eventually someone's gonna like get the idea in that planet's future, like, hey, I can miniaturize this whole nuclear process, and it's just gonna start again, like.
I mean, like, so you think that in the future everyone is just gonna either knowingly or naively buy a weapon of mass destruction?
Yeah,
just
How
to
yes,
just to
okay?
feel.
knowingly,
You think there would be
knowingly.
no controls on like being able to get like it's one thing to print like the structure of a nuke, but there's other chemical things that have to happen. Like you can't just print like it's not like printing a gun where like oh if you have a bullet and the mechanics like it's not all mechanics.
I
There's
mean, there was definitely a time in the history where if you could print yourself an Uzi, that's basically like having a nuke. Like if you could walk into any king's court and mow everyone down, and like they just be like, "You're God." Like, so like that's what I mean. Like, there's a comes to a point like today, an Uzi won't make you God because there's a good chance either I have an Uzi or maybe like someone I know has an come like meet you with your Uzi, and then we get all this Uzi together. So like at a certain point, like we all get the technology, and it just becomes less godlike. So if we all have nukes,
but okay, you keep saying that though. Like the things you were talking about in like the Uzi example, those are all mechanical. There's more to a nuke than just pieces, like just mechanics. Like you don't you isn't there like
I mean, you just like
restricted material? You can't just like order the parts for a
you
nuke.
you can, which is exactly why
Not all of
North
them.
Korea has a nuke. Like you can just look up
Okay,
on
we're
Wikipedia
we're talking
and learn
about,
enough and keep trying hard enough to get the materials. You don't
but
need to order it from anywhere.
you would have to
Anyone
sort
can make it.
you would have to
So like
source some of that. That you're talking about like a person's access versus a country's access. That those aren't the same.
right now it's an immense project for like humans to make a nuke. Right now. Eventually it won't be because that's just how all technology works. Like every single technology that's ever been invented has gotten immensely easier to reproduce over
Okay,
time
so
basically.
like, is there a reason you feel like there's not as many people like buying bazookas? Because like those have been around for a while and they would cause not maybe as much destruction, but quite a bit. Why are people
They've
not?
been around for a while, but they're not like super easily. The I feel like the
Well,
best
right.
thing
That's
we
my
have would be like to 3D print like yeah, like an Uzi like or a machine gun or something.
But
Which
why?
like
So why don't? Okay, so that's my question. Why do you think we're going to get there with 3D printing and nukes, but we have 3D printers and we're not doing that with Uzis?
and that's because every at least here in America, like everyone I can't 3D print myself. I guess I don't really know what it's like. Like what if you 3D print yourself an Uzi in the UK? You're still gonna get shot. Like eventually a cop's just gonna come and be like, I have a machine gun and now you're gonna die. Like so like that's why. Like too many other people have it. Like so like yes, we can all give ourselves an Uzi and it would give you like immense power. But like someone else with an Uzi or a bigger Uzi is gonna come and fuck you up. That's why. And like by the time we miniaturize nukes, then like yeah, you can make yourself a nuke and like blow up you and all your neighbors, or you could just not because like why am I not like printing an Uzi and just going to kill everyone I don't like right now? Like it's the same thing. Like I could technically and like I might like kill a bunch, but like eventually someone else with a gun is just gonna kill me. So like
There just seems to be easier ways. If
it's
if
not
you
really
wanted to
worth
like
it.
really kill a group of people, I feel like there'd be easier ways to do that than to try to get your hands on a nuke.
Easier way. Well, now, but like that's what I'm saying. The whole point is eventually it's going to be very easy to get a nuke. But also like I feel like a solution would just present itself because like just how
Sure.
Uzis aren't like this power of God anymore. Like a nuke will eventually just not be as devastating as it would be today. Like we also go to space, so by the time maybe we miniaturize nukes, maybe like space travel will be super easy. So if someone's like, "Holy shit, did you see hear this guy just built himself a nuke?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna get in my car and just fucking go to another planet, like for the night." Like maybe this would be like easy enough to just avoid it. Where like, okay, you could nuke your house, but like, why would you do that? Like, it would just become like pointless
I guess
because
I'm
like
just. I guess I just don't
you could
understand.
avoid it.
I guess I just don't understand why you feel like people are going to do that with nukes. Like I feel like there's so many other things we'd get to before nukes.
Yeah, there would be, but it will happen. It's just like if with enough time and if we survive as a species as a whole, it will happen. Everything you find
Yeah.
out how to do will become easily accessible and reproducible by basically any old person.
I don't know. I feel like there's enough. I feel like the only problem with that is that there's a certain level of self-preservation that is ignored there. Like you just because you have access to a nuke doesn't mean you know how to handle it reasonably. Like there's a lot of things that we could probably get our hands on now that even if we did, we could still harm ourselves with because we
Like
just
an
don't have
Uzi.
the yeah, but even maybe simpler stuff like certain chemical like there's certain chemicals that are just household that you shouldn't mix because if you do, you could literally just kill yourself. You could just suffocate, right? So like there's not people like could you figure out how to make like just a rudimentary type of like I don't know gas bomb or something like that? Yeah, but like the risk doesn't seem worth the reward in this case. And I don't feel like it's this like I feel like that's the case with the nuke. Like even in the best hands, nukes seem to be extremely unstable. So what would be the like I just don't understand the point. Like I feel like you
I
just
feel
move
like
on
I
to
agree
something
with
else.
you. Like most people would be like, what would be the point? Like, yeah, I could buy like this like thing on like Amazon for like $20 and it's gonna like it could build me a nuke. But like why would I do that? Like I could just like not do that because it's too dangerous. It's gonna cause too much problems. People are gonna like around me are probably gonna feel uncomfortable. Maybe. I guess it depends if like everyone has a nuke and then like you just all view it as like how you protect yourselves. But right, like if
How
but
does a
like
nuke how does a nuke protect you though? Like that's the only problem. Like with the
I
Uzi
mean,
thing,
you
the
can't nuke me if I can nuke you. Like
but like
then it's
in what like with countries there's enough space where it makes sense. How in what sense would I be like how do I use a nuke for self-protection without killing myself?
maybe like at this time like I said,
Do I
like
just
there
like
would
shove it
be
down your throat and just like swallow this nuke, bitch? And then you just
and then
implode.
if you could get in your spaceship like within the next minute and just like blast away, then like
So
it's viable.
so it's like ding dong dish with nukes.
Yeah, yeah, but like there's also gonna be like as our weapons evolve, there should always be a way to like mitigate the damages of it. Like we'll
Okay, all
find
right.
ways to like
Yeah, so
stop.
this
Maybe like it'll be also common to have a nuclear shield that everyone will just have on them, where you just like press a button or just detects that there's a nuke happening and it just
all right.
doesn't kill you or something.
So that's why maybe that's the problem I'm having with nukes. I don't think it's going to happen with nukes because I think it'll just become an outdated technology and not something that people want to reproduce. Kind of like an atomic bomb. Like
Should.
I don't think even if we could probably reproduce atomic bombs, right? But like the amount of risk involved with it just seems unbelievably too complicated to even bother dealing with. I would rather them just make a better weapon, like some type of this is a bad example, but just go with me. Like if I could like put a nuke in a gun and like shoot the nuke, like if I could pinpoint nuke, like pinpoint laser sniper nuke, like that would be
It's
better. Right? I would
crazy.
rather just wait for the next iteration of weapon than try to recreate an unstable one.
Yeah, I mean, like, why can't they have that too? Actually, like, if you're gonna have technology where you could just build a nuke off like a machine, like if anyone's like iPhone could just like build a nuke for you because it's like fully like AI or whatever, and then it has like little jetpacks. It's like, okay, I'll be right back, and it's like leaves, goes do some stuff, and like brings you back a little nuclear device. Like, oh, that'd be kind of like
Yeah.
nuts. But like also like yeah, like at that point, there's probably like better ways to do what you're trying to do. Like if I was really trying to cause damage, like I shouldn't print an Uzi, which is
Yeah.
like, or like even like a heavy machine gun, like a belt-fed machine gun. Like that's still not going to get me very far. But if I got my hands on the latest technology, which is actually the and takes like an immense amount of power, then like that's a different thing. But I mean, there's also things in between that. Like even if you get like a cruise missile, that's pretty powerful. Like
Like
yeah, a cruise
where
missile.
do you even launch that from? Like I don't.
Maybe your iPhone like launches into space and builds like a satellite that like hovers directly in like geostationary over your like house, and then like it just builds everything from there, and then like you just like
Okay, that's the other
launch your
thing.
nuke.
The only people who would feel like that's viable are people who have enough to protect. Like the everyday person would not want that because like well if I could get my hands on technology where I could send my phone to space, I could probably first make myself rich, right? Like, and I would first just live better, and then I'd be like, oh, I actually don't really need a nuke because I could just buy myself security and I'm fine. So like, what would be the point of launching my phone? Like, you know what I mean? It just seems so crazy. Like for the average person could probably get their hands on a gun too, but a lot of them don't have enough to protect to worry about a gun. Like maybe they're getting like, their hands on a gun for just them, but like no one. It's like the bazooka thing, or like a bunker. Most people don't buy bunkers because if they know if the end of the world comes, they don't plan on surviving. They're just like
It's like I want to
that's
get
the
hit by the
end. Like
blast.
I'm done. Like this. And I feel
Yeah.
like the only people who plan that far are like whole ass country or people who are super rich, right? Like because they know I plan on surviving this because I'm one of the top tippity top people in terms of wealth or knowledge.
But
Yeah,
what if they had a bunker building robot that you can buy on Amazon for only $45 and it just spent like a month in your backyard and after a month it will build you a
If a robot can
I
do
just
that, then someone already knows how to destroy those fucking bunkers.
bunker?
yeah. I
I
just
mean,
feel
yeah, for
like
sure.
individual people don't plan for that level of violence.
No.
Like it's rare that someone even like punches or knocks someone out. So it's like to go from I don't know if I want to punch that guy to I want to obliterate his molecular existence with this nuke. Is like that's a
Yeah.
leap.
Didn't it?
Like
Wasn't getting into fistfights more common? Like at one point, like in the cowboy ages, isn't that what you did on the weekend? You would just go to the bar and just get into a huge bar fight.
No, you were in a duel with pistols in the cowboy days.
Where's the bar fight? Like, where does that come from? Because I feel like I see that a lot in movies, like old timey movies, a bar fight in an old like pub
In a
or
saloon.
something.
I don't know.
Maybe
I'm
it's
sure
just
there
like a
were bar
trope.
fights too.
But now the meta is Uzi.
I don't believe that. I mean, that video that you showed us makes me believe it. But I mean,
Yeah, and it's
yeah,
like he
you
just
gotta.
wanted to confront him, like because he didn't get let in the club, and like the guys just pulled out automatic pistols and just lit him
No,
up.
you're right. People have ray guns out here already.
That definitely sounded like a ray gun.
Yeah, that was nuts. Yeah, we watched this video for people who don't know what we're talking about. We watched this like crazy like shooting thing outside of a club where like this group of people walked up to this other group of people and then like the other group that was like originally standing there just like pulled out like all the whole group just had automatic pistols and they just like light up the other group and then the other group also had automatic pistols and they all start shooting at each other. It's nuts, but yeah, that's that's like just like in like a random neighborhood here. No, like that's just the meta. Like no one threw a punch. It was just fully auto pistols. Yeah, and ray guns.
Not even just a random neighborhood, like the neighborhood I grew up in. Like
Yeah,
I've ridden my bike like past that particular store before.
yeah, yep. Same. Like I've sat in the parking lot there and eaten lunch like before. Like
Was there lead
yeah.
in your lunch?
Oh, no. Yeah, I would never get into a fight like with someone. I'd be like, "Hey, you just cut me off." Like I would never get out of my car and stand up and be like, "You just cut me," because I know like there is no throwing punches. Like our technology has evolved beyond. I better have an Uzi because that guy is gonna have an Uzi. Like yeah, that's what I mean. Like we all have Uzis, but we choose not to use it because like it's at the end of the day it's not worth it. Like I actually do have a gun, but would I ever if I knew I was going to the hood with a bunch of other people with guns, I actually still would choose to leave it at home because like I just don't want that. Like you can just rob me. I'm fine. Like I don't want to get into a gunfight today for like whatever you're doing. Like if you just like pull out your gun and shoot in the head, so be it. What was I gonna do even if I had a gun? But like, yeah. So like I have the ability to cause massive damage, but I choose not to because yeah, it's just not worth it. But not everyone chooses not to. Like those guys in the parking lot, they chose not to, and then they died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
and
died.
the
So
only reason they don't get away with it is because we decided a long time ago if we just let people run around and kill each other, then no one could really feel any type of safety in society.
yeah, we lost control of it. Like there got to be a point where everyone had guns. Well, how do you take away guns now? Like everyone has guns. So yeah, it's just too late. You can't do it. Crazy.
All right, fuck it, pocket nukes.
Pocket nukes. But we'll also have pocket jetpacks so we can just jetpack away or some shit. It's my
Yeah.
theory. One day.
All right, can we leave it there?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We actually can. Holy shit. Okay, great. Um. All right. We'll be back in like 2 weeks.
See you next year.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh man. No, seriously, that's all I got. Yeah, it should be every 2 weeks. So yeah.
man. Alright.
Yeah. Thanks for coming tonight, gentlemen, and thanks to y'all for listening. If you are listening to this right now, and yeah.
To that one person, you've got what you wanted. Don't ask anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, you got pocket nukes. I'm sorry about that. I'm sure that's not what you were looking for. Maybe maybe in
Pocket
2 weeks we'll do better. Yeah. All right.
nukes.
Basically Monday episode 63.